It is Friday morning. Hurricane Fiddlesticks, the long-ass section hiker, has blown through palatial paradise. There's all my stuff. I just set the timer and my alarm. I'm curious to see how long it'll take me to pack all this stuff. I went to the Big Y, I came back, I did laundry, I sat in the hot tub, and then I realized I only did half my laundry. I did the other half of my laundry, sat in the hot tub again, and it's 12 past 10. I'm gonna stop rambling and start packing all this stuff up. So I'm just walking out of the hotel. When the sun does poke its head out from behind these clouds, it's pretty warm. I almost forgot to back flush my Sawyer Squeeze this morning. Luckily I did. What did he say his name was? It was a great Deadweight. There was a great trail named Deadweight who I bumped into in the laundry room at the Fairfield. Said I most likely just had hiker brain, and if that's a term, it makes sense. My mind was going a million miles per hour in 12 different directions. I really didn't shake down my pack very much. It feels okay right now. I just left the hotel. I'm as rested as a baby. I could have spent some time in town checking it out. It's a really nice town, but I'm sure I'm gonna bump into a bunch of other really nice towns. I'm not sticking my thumb out yet. I wouldn't mind stopping at the Aubuchon Hardware on the way out. Someone on trail told me. I would love one. Yeah, just meet me up there. I appreciate it. So I just left Aubuchon Hardware, and this nice guy, Glenn, pulled over in his work truck and gave me a ride. He was willing to give me a ride all the way to the trailhead, but I asked him to drop me off at Aubuchon. He hikes on the weekend. We chatted up. He even stood outside his truck even after he dropped me off, and we talked for another 5 minutes or so. Great guy. Absolutely great guy. Saved me a lot of steps. I went into the Aubuchon and I bought a medium-sized fuel can, and I have a bad feeling that I'm about to ditch my wood stove. If I leave my wood stove in a hiker box, I'd like to leave a note. I work just fine. My previous owner didn't, because some days I get it going and it works fine. Other days I get it going and it goes out halfway on me. And some days I just can't get the fire going. I'm new, so I'm a little self-conscious. I am the last one out of camp. It takes me longer to set everything up, to break everything down. I'm not sure if I've done anything the same way twice. So if I can just use a fuel stove and be faster eating, that'll just help me out in the long run. Anyway, Great Barrington, it's been fun. Glenn told me that I'm about to climb Mount Everett, so I don't think I'm gonna push to it today. I might make it halfway up there. And I'll probably climb Mount Everett tomorrow, which is exciting for me. My dad's name is Everett. I saw this big green tent up there as I was coming down, and I literally just got started, but I'm not gonna be someone to pass up trail magic. I'm just starting up Mount Everett, just partially up here, but this is the first beautiful view. I'm 90% sure I'm climbing up Mount Everett. I'll know better. I saw a sign I took a picture of, and it looked like it said 4 miles to the summit of Mount Everett. This is an even better view than the last video that I took making my way up Mount Everett. And you can see all of these different mountains in the Berkshires. I can only guess which one is which. It's a beautiful portrait of land spread out, cute little houses, swamps. There's a road off in the distance. This is arguably the most beautiful view I had, and arguably the toughest terrain. I mean, it's not the highest elevation, but I shouldn't be surprised climbing Mount Everett has been a pain in the ass. I'm not trying to get to the top till tomorrow because I'd like to spend a little bit of time up there. This little red frog was hanging around. He might even be a brown toad, but he was hanging around in the trail and I wouldn't have even seen him. He didn't start jumping. I made it to Glenbrook Shelter. I really took my time this morning. This was a nice campground shelter anyway, because it's really spread out and there were a lot of tents. The shelter's small, just maybe 4 people, no bunks. There were just a lot of good people here last night. Some thru hikers, some section hiker, weekend warriors from the area. It was nice to listen to them talk and socialize with them a little bit. And this morning, I got up at 7, and believe it or not, they were up even later than me. I've been fiddling around I've already had 2 coffees, got a liter of water. I'm gonna go back for more. I've been to the privy. Black flies are the biggest black flies I've ever seen. This is disgusting, but they're well fed at this privy. I guess that's hiker talk, so I'm not above it. It's funny to me to say it. I guess I should get used to it. I remember I passed gas in front of Georgia at Wilcox Shelter, and I said, "Excuse me," and she laughed at me. She has seen and heard worse. Yesterday was a really weird day. It started off great, and then right before I got to this shelter, I mean, I don't know. If I hiked 8 miles, 4 of them were flat and great, and the last 4 were all uphill, and it took forever. I ate more than I've eaten in the last 10 days, Thursday night and Friday morning, and I thought I was all fueled up, and it just hit me weird going up those hills. You know, my ankles were bothering me, my feet were bothering me again, my calves were bothering me. And I don't know, maybe my body thought we were done. And I was looking kind of down the road. I have a lot of options today. I'm gonna be out of Massachusetts really soon. This is the best water supply at a campground I've seen. It reminds me of those water fountains you could buy for $15, $20 at Walgreens, or spend $150, $200, $300 at the Shopper Image and buy something like this and put it in your living room, but nothing beats the real thing. So I'm just about to head out of the campground. I had to work really hard to be the last guy out of camp today. Well, it's almost 1:30, and I've only hiked a mile. I didn't leave camp until like 11:30. Camp Glenbrook had a real draw to it, and I couldn't explain it, but I made it up to the summit of Mt Everett, and that's all I really wanted to do today. I have some decisions to make, and I think I've already made half of them. I might have to do some communicating and e-signing and interneting and things like that, so I'm very comfortable here, knowing that I can backtrack a short day to Great Barrington and be in the lap of luxury again, or push forward to Salisbury, Connecticut, or Village Falls, Connecticut if I had to go there to try to get something done that I can't do on my phone. It's supposed to be 80 today and in the mid-80s tomorrow. This weekend, I might even stick around in this area tomorrow because it's going to be warmer, and swim in that pond tomorrow and today. Just kind of take care of my feet some more. There might be a lot of weekenders up here, but that's fine. I'm kind of something in between a hiker and a weekender right now. I'm a weeker, not a weekender. I'm a weeker. I've been out here for 10 or 12 days, a week and a halfer. But yeah, no, it's a beautiful place. It should be of no surprise to me that I feel like home here on Mt Everett. Shot a video in a while since I left the summit of Mt Everett, which leads me to believe and makes me happy because I've been enjoying my time out here. So this is my second attempt to leave Glenbrook Shelter. It's Sunday morning, and this was a nice campsite. There were different people here, but they were friendly. I had a great night. There was a guy, Wayne, here who gave me a couple of beers, and I drank for the first time on the trail. I've been passing up beers because I just was afraid they'd hit me like a ton of bricks. The pond, I think it's Gulcher Pond or Gulch Pond. I could be mistaken. I'll correct myself once I walk by it. It's beautiful. There's a little rock that has a little, I don't know what to call it, seat carved out in it that just seems like it's perfect to keep you from floating further away than you want to be, and it wasn't even that hot yesterday, but it was nice and cool and refreshing in the pond. It's beautiful, surrounded by bushes and flowers. It's big. There's a loop that goes all the way around it. If I'm ever back in the area when I'm not hiking on the AT, I'll want to check out that loop. Down the bottom at this water source, I sat in that little pool this morning. It was freezing. It's just about 11. I'm actually getting out of camp barely earlier than I did yesterday. The pond is almost too close, and it's probably going to be busy on a Sunday. I might be able to beat the crowd because I'll be there at about 11. So this is the pond where I was last night, and it is beautiful. You wouldn't believe it if I didn't get this video. I conveniently forgot to put my bandana on, so I had to stop, take my bandana off the back of my pack so I can keep the top of my head cool, and get this quick video. And even though I'm not overheating, it's still early in the day, I'm going back in the water, and that'll keep me cool for a mile or so. Beautiful pond. I'll try to make it back here some other day and walk around the loop. Goes around this. I guess there's other spots that you can go in, but this one's absolutely perfect right here. I'm on Racebrook Mountain, right at the summit, and that's Mt Everett. And this is a smaller mountain, but it's got an amazing panoramic view. There's a cool breeze up here, which is good because it's in the 80s, and I worked really hard for somebody who didn't go very far to get here. So not the top of Racebrook Mountain, but one of the ledges with a scenic view. Boy, oh boy, is this breathtaking and unobstructed and beautiful. Well, I didn't think there'd be a sign, but I had to turn around. So welcome to Massachusetts means I'm leaving. Goodbye, Massachusetts, for now. I'm about to turn around and head into Connecticut. Until next time, Massachusetts. It's been fun, it's been real. It hasn't always been real fun, but it usually was.